Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original series The Protector. This is how I structure my reviews. In case you don't know, I give a short synopsis, then I talk about what I liked, then I talk about what I didn't like, then I add a little fun tidbit or fact at the end before giving my rating. The Protector is a 10-episode hour-long series that follows Hakan, a young shopkeeper whose modern world gets turned upside down when he learns he's connected to a secret ancient order tasked at protecting Istanbul. Hakan is given mystical powers by a talismanic kind of shirt. He embarks on a quest to fight shadowy forces and solve a mystery from his past. So, what I liked. The main character is a bit of a wheeler, dealer and dreamer. This combination works well with the character of Hakan. The music, the vibe, the culture, it all makes for a fun series. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which is great. There are many series that I found recently didn't take themselves way too seriously, especially when dealing with this type of genre. Don't get me wrong, when the series is dark, it goes dark and it's not afraid to. When it wants to, the story kind of delves into the past of this kind of supernatural abilities, and when it shows you the past, I think the series is really strong because what they're showing you is kind of building story, and it's done really well. I really like what they did with those moments. I think for the most part the leads are strong as well. We can talk about the side characters a bit later, but I must applaud Netflix again for taking a chance in a series like this. I personally love watching new content that's generated from all over the world. I really enjoyed The Rain, Ghoul, and The Protector is no different. The Protector is fun, it's filmed well. At no point did I think, oh, this looks amateur. The shots are brave in parts, some of the cinematography is excellent, especially the lighting. There's some shots I was just like, wow, that looks brilliant. I love what they've done with some of the kind of the guard rays that they've shown where there's someone getting tortured or there's a heroic moment. The lighting and cinematography I think are done at expertise level. Really interesting to watch. The lighting was so good. But mostly it's just filmed and edited well. The pacing, the tone, the music, they all kind of fit together well. I thought it was good. For my first viewing of a Turkish TV series, I really enjoyed watching it. Many years ago, my wife and I fell in love when we went on a holiday to Turkey. We did all the non-touristy stuff. We stayed at the non-touristy places, we haggled for a carpet, and we just kind of fell in love not only with each other but with the culture and people as well. And that was I was really hoping to get from The Protector. I was really hoping that along with it being funny and dark and it's a kind of a superhero tale, I really wanted to get a sense of the culture imbued into the filming and story, and you do get that. It's definitely written into the fabric of the overarching storyline, and it feels and looks great, but it feels authentic, which is what I really wanted. So when the story does get a bit silly, you don't mind because the culture adds another dimension to the storyline. And the storyline is kind of silly. It is about superheroes, well, in the non-traditional sense. There's these guys that have powers and they want more power, and it's all about training montages and getting the main character to become the superhero that he didn't know he wanted to be. There is all that, but in amongst that there's some good cinematography and lighting and effects and culture driven into the story, and I really enjoyed it for what it is so far. So what I didn't like. There's a scene in the opening episode that establishes Hakan as a bit of a playboy. He's delivering a carpet to a woman, and then a few seconds later he's having sex with her, and I just didn't buy his character in that moment. It was like a porn parody of some kind. You know, like people joke about when a lady calls for a plumber and then a few seconds later they're sleeping together. It felt like that. In this series I found there were quite a few circumstances when that happened, when I didn't buy the motivations of the characters. It didn't happen all the time, but it was enough for me to get irritated about it. I mentioned earlier about the side characters. A lot of the characters, the side characters, are two-dimensional, and sometimes the way they're delivering their lines just feels bad and they just come across as bad actors. I'm not sure whether this is because of the subtitles I was watching. Netflix didn't have the proper subtitles for me. Instead we had to watch the CC subs, and it does like explanations not just of what they're saying, but like, hey, walked into the room is dark. So that did probably take away some of what they were trying to portray in the nuances of their acting, and I didn't get that because I was sometimes distracted with the subtitles. And I did try and listen to the dubbed, but it's American and just didn't feel right because of the culture that and where it's based and where it's established. So listening to American guy be a Turkish character, it just came across wrong. So I had to switch to the subtitles. That's the few negatives that I could think of. The negatives in this series are mostly annoyances, really. They don't detract from the story of the Protector. It's fun, it's well filmed, it's intense in places, and full of culture. If you're looking for something a little different and don't mind reading subtitles, or unless you can speak the language, you'll probably enjoy this. Even when there's a need for CGI and special effects, I thought it was done well, it was strong 80% of the time. TV series can sometimes really be let down by CGI and special effects. I remember one series that I watched, which I turned off in 5 minutes because it was really bad. Thankfully, it's not the case for the Protector. Time for Did You Know, or a fun fact. Did you know that the Protector has already quite a big following in Turkey thanks to its strong cast? Hakan, the protagonist, is Cagatay Ulusoy, sorry if I messed up that name, one of the country's most promising young talents, and is known for his role in Mediser. I'm sure I'm messing up these names, pretty tongue twisty to try and say. Let me try and say the name of the role he's in again. Mediser? Sorry. It's Turkish's version of the OC. At least that's what they say it's like. I'm going to give the Protector a B, because it does have some issues, but for the most part it was a fun viewing and I enjoyed it.
Sıradaki muhafız sensin.
Thanks for watching my review of The Protector. My review for Bird Box will be out soon, and we have a number of other reviews headed your way. So if you liked my review and found it informative and helpful, please hit that subscribe button and bell. And thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why I keep doing this. Your comments, your like, your subscriptions, what you say, your thoughts on certain series. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys in the comments sometimes, your insight and stuff I just miss sometimes completely. You definitely like to put me straight or just show me something else that was really interesting to talk about, or maybe we can just really go ahead and go, yeah, this was awesome. So I do really appreciate you guys, and I do mean it. I know people sometimes like, oh yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys supporting me and my channel, The Ruby Tuesday. So yeah, like and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content. If not, sorry, let me know how I can get better. I hope you found this informative, but remember, most of all, live long and Tuesday.